This is Swadin, and right now I came to watch uh, Attack in Lake Mall, and right now the theater is closed. Hi friends, I just completed watching this movie. I'm a bit surprised to see that there is only like 7 or 8 people watching with me, because I thought this movie was quite interesting and quite good actually. So. Uh, I'm a bit surprised by that, but anyway, it's a very decent movie, and I would say people should definitely check this movie. This is better than many other movies that I've seen so I just returned home and I just decided to do this video immediately. So right now I don't have any script or anything. The first thing that I noticed today when I went to theater is that it is a Sunday morning, and I went to watch many movies worse than this movie on a Sunday morning. And usually on the Sunday morning there is a decent crowd that always go to watch the movie. So I was a bit surprised at why this movie had so little crowd on a Sunday morning. It is not very usual, and that is not how it usually happens, which kind of surprised me a bit. Also, but anyway, getting into the movie, I don't think this is a great movie, and but I don't think this is such a bad movie that should get that turn out to be a big disaster. Obviously, this is a movie is a bit experimental for Indian audiences. For example, if you remember movie like Go Goa Gone, that movie was also didn't do well in the box office, but later it is a good movie, and people now watch and enjoy that movie a lot more. So it happens sometimes that maybe this is a new kind of a movie, so Indian audiences didn't get it or didn't went for it, but still it is a good movie, and I'm sure that when this movie will get released in OTT platform, people will definitely liked it more over the period of time. Obviously, this is not a great movie as such. Let me just clarify that this is not like some exceptionally great movie, but there are some really good moments, and there is some decent movie. It's overall a good movie. I won't say it's a bad movie. It's an average movie. I think that the reason why people didn't went for this movie is also because Triple R just got released last week, and people and the energy of that movie and the craziness of that movie is very difficult to. And if you talk about this movie, in this movie, I thought without giving out any spoilers at first, I can only say that the movie is quite average, and the story, I don't think it had a very strong story, but it had a reasonably good story. It is a 2-hour movie, so it is not very long either. And I thought the background music and the music of this movie was quite weak compared to any movie, like most movies that we see, because I thought that this movie tried to make it a little bit a patriotic movie and all, but there is nothing in the music or the song that we could take that can we remember after the movie. It is quite forgettable, and the action on this movie is quite good, but I think that again in the trailer most of the action scenes they already showed in the trailer, and that is could be a reason why people thought like people when they went to watch, they didn't actually watch anything exceptionally new in the action, because they already saw the entire action sequence in the trailer, and I feel that the trailer really gave out too much of an action sequence of this movie. So there was nothing for the audiences in the theater as such. So that is all I can say for the non-spoilers. Going into the spoilers, I can say that so people who have not want to watch this movie, they can stop watching over here. But I feel that the movie doesn't have anything exceptionally great story that if you hear your and like you won't enjoy the movie or anything like that. The story is quite simple in this movie, and I'm getting into the spoilers here. So the story of this movie is that the John Abraham is a soldier, and then and he's a decent soldier, but then he met Jacqueline Fernandez. An entire episode of Jacqueline Fernandez will last only for 15 or 20 minutes, and I found that very annoying, the way the entire story was developed between John Abraham and Jacqueline Fernandez. It was extremely annoying and extremely like irritating at times, because that 15-20 minutes it just didn't work out well, and I felt that if they could have done it if they had done it a little differently, it would have been better. Maybe they could have shown him like he already knowed him for a long time or something like that. It would have been better. It could have had a better impact, because in this movie, after that, the Jacqueline Fernandez get killed by terrorists, and everything happens very fast and so it is there's not much we feel for the loss of John Abraham in this movie, because everything happens so quickly in 15-20 minutes. Like they met and there is a song, and then Jacqueline Fernandez get killed in the terrorist attack. So that kind of that was kind of a thing that I felt that they couldn't develop it properly, and it was a bit annoying. It feels like stopped, like it's a bit annoying 15-20 minutes, but after that John Abraham gets paralyzed, and his life got extremely depressed, and meanwhile the Indian government and scientists research, the scientists in Indian government and the army people, and I think they were intelligence people, they were planning to do something on artificial intelligence and like robo, and enhancing the capability of soldiers and stuff like that, and they went to the scientist who played by Rakul Preet, and then they gave and they say that they needed somebody who is paralyzed, and they need the paralyzed person so that they can enhance their body. They cannot do with somebody who is already fit, because they can actually get paralyzed because of that experiment, the new scientific experiment. So that and immediately the head says that okay, then let's go with the name of John Abraham. I forgot the name, but anyway, he says his name, and they decided to, and immediately John Abraham and then there was a night robbery scene that takes place in John Abraham's house. So it really created a situation where we really feel that now John Abraham is really suffering because of the paralysis, and if he had power and if he had been normal, then he could have been more powerful and all. But anyway, so he went and then he was given the enhanced artificial intelligence, I can say. That is the best way to define it. And then there's a nice, I thought that the movie had a nice story, that how the artificial intelligence that is inserted in his body is has many advantage and also have a few disadvantage for him, and he's trying to get used to it slowly and properly with the artificial intelligence. And that is a very I felt that those things were very well done, because usually in Hindi movies in particularly, whenever we see a superhero movie, we never know that what kind of a superpower they actually have. They are not well defined. For example, if you see Krish, in Krish 1, entire first half certain superpower was defined by for Krish, for Hrithik Roshan. But when we go to the climax scene, there are scenes where Hrithik get exceptional power, and from where we don't know, because it never shown in the first half of the movie or while defining his power at all. Similarly, in Krish 3, if you remember, it was not defined that how he got so powerful. Like in Krish 3, Hrithik is much more powerful than Krish 1. How he got so much more power, extra power, that is also not defined at all. So whenever I've seen like other Shaktiman, for example, which is a TV series, in that also the powers are not well defined. I feel like in the Marvel movies, Spider-Man or any Superman or any movie, we know that what the powers actually that superhero have. And in this regards, I feel that this movie really defined in the first half of the movie. It takes quite a lot of time to define the superpower that John Abraham got, and the enhanced power that he got from this particular artificial intelligence. And I felt that that was a good thing compared to the many other superhero movies that made in India before. Also, I thought that some of the action sequences were quite well made. I felt that even while watching the trailer. But as I said, that I felt that the trailer gave out too many action sequences which probably they shouldn't have. And music-wise, there are some songs and there is a rap music as well, but there is nothing that really wows you or anything like that. Obviously, if you compare this movie with Triple R, the kind of energy that Triple R had, I don't think that this movie have that much energy and craziness. But this movie is still quite decent and good to watch. The second half of the movie takes place in Parliament, and the Parliament get hijacked in a very like if you guys have seen White House Down, there was a movie in Hollywood. They had this kind of similar story. So in a very that type kind of a story over here also, the Parliament get hijacked and by terrorist group, and now John Abraham went to save the country. And this half was quite good, I felt, but it was not that great, because I felt that when the first half of the movie defined the kind of power he had, I didn't feel that in the second half those power came back to his use. That if you see other superhero movies like Spider-Man or any other superhero movie, they in the first half they define the powers that the superhero has, and in the second half and later in the movie they show that how those powers came into use while fighting. But in this movie it doesn't happen in that way. So for example, in the first half we see John Abraham jumping from top of a building, and the artificial intelligence who is speaking with John Abraham is helping him. But in the second half we never see John Abraham doing anything during the operation to show that John Abraham, how he used the power when he is actually in a mission. So this is one of the shortcomings of the movie that I felt was there. The CGI and was quite alright. There was nothing special or nothing seen, and the CGI at times it looks a little robotic and like the video game like scene. But overall it was not that bad. It is quite good, actually. It is quite decent. So I won't say it is a horrible movie, but or it is a great movie, but it is not a horrible movie either. It is a good, decent, average movie. And they have also decided to make a part 2, but we don't know whether they will make it or not, because as I said, this movie looks like a disaster for the audiences, and the audiences' feedback is also quite the critics and the whatever feedback I got from the people, they are very mixed feedback. So I don't know whether they will do it or not. Other than that, Rajat Kapoor was there, who was playing a politician in this movie, and he was quite funny, and he was quite hilarious in this movie. And Prakash Raj, the person who plays his senior, he didn't have much to do in this movie. Jacqueline Fernandez didn't have much to do. I thought whatever John Abraham could do, he did it in this movie. Whatever emotional scenes and all the action scenes, he was quite good in it. He was. He's physically, he's quite biffed up, and he has a great physique, and he reminds me a lot of like The Rock from the Hollywood. He's that kind of a physique and all, and he's a good actor also. I felt he's a decent actor. Overall, I felt that the movie is quite good and quite decent, and I'm sure that if they make a part 2, they will show that much more usage of those powers that was there, because in the first movie they say that it brings lots of problems for the John Abraham's character, by saying that he's not upgraded completely. So they did create a lot of challenges and a lot of things to create as much exciting, and make this conflict as much exciting as much possible. Still, maybe I just felt that there was nothing extraordinary done in this movie, but overall it's a decent movie. And people who watch a Marvel's movie, and particularly the Marvel's movie, they might like this movie also. I don't think that they will dislike this movie, but obviously this movie is something that is made now, something that maybe 10-15 years back Hollywood has already shown this kind of a special effect and all. Now Hollywood has really gone far ahead, and even in the southern industry we are seeing S.S. Rajamouli and all. They experiment so much with the special effects and VFX, taking VFX to a real new level. So compared to that, I'm not sure whether audiences will really give this movie a chance or not, but I feel that this movie deserves a chance, and deserves to make a part 2 as well, because this is quite a decent movie, and I wish that they do make a part 2. Overall, I thought this was a good movie, but not a great movie. And so my rating for this movie is, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10, and I think it is a decent score, and you guys can decide that whether, if you have watched the movie, let me know that what did you dislike about this movie and what did you like about this movie, because it is not very clear to me. Obviously I've read a few negative and positive, but positive reviews, but I tried not to read the story. So that is it, I would say. And please do write down below that what do you think about this movie, and if you have any suggestion for any Hindi movie or any other movies, please do let me know in the comment section, and do hit like and subscribe my channel. Your subscription is extremely important. I didn't make video for a very long time. I returned back now, so if you want me to make regular videos, do share my videos, and do subscribe, and beside that there is a bell icon. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. And now I'm trying to also upload new things on my Instagram account, and I will be working on my Twitter and Facebook pages as well. So if you want to follow those my social network pages, the links will be given below in the description box. You guys can follow me, and thank you for watching this video. Be safe and take care, and peace.